Hello there. Hope you are doing well today. Today, I wanted to talk about a topic that I said I was going to be talking about on this channel recently, and it's something that's greatly improved my life as soon as I adopted living this kind of lifestyle, and that's the carnivore diet. So, today, I just want to talk about what the carnivore diet is really. Um, some benefits that people have reported being on the carnivore diet, as well as my own personal experience as well. I'll highlight a couple of the challenges that seem to be common with when people decide to go on this diet. I'll also provide you guys with a starter grocery list if you guys are willing to try it for a month. That's pretty much it for today. I'll cover those stuff. But if you guys have any questions or queries about what I go through in the video, please leave it in the comments below because that could spark up. If you've got a question, there's so many other people that might have the same question, and it could be helpful if I make a video on it at some point too. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So what is the carnivore diet really? So basically, the carnivore diet is it's a dietary way of eating, and basically what it comprises of is only eating animal products, or mainly muscular tissue. No plants in the diet as well. So no vegetables. Also, no spices as well. You can have salt if you want it, but no pepper, no seasonings, anything. So why would we even think about eating this type of way? Well, if we look back in as our history as human beings, we actually started off as scavengers, and we used to scavenge uh, meat from carcasses on the grasslands of animals and stuff. And by doing so, we actually developed our brains with more bioavailable proteins and more nutrients from the fat of the animals that we used to scavenge. And over time, this developed our brains to what they are today. This is why we are very intelligent animals, and this is why we are quite literally on the top of the food chain. Is because we developed the ability to create tools to get to the fatty parts of the animal, to hunt animals as well, and to live ideally as carnivores, as that's how we gain the most optimal nutrition for our life. So that's one thing. Another thing as well is that there's been some crazy benefits that people have been reporting. Myself too. These benefits include less brain fog, for one, just more calm, composed confidence within yourself, almost. Um, Greater mental clarity. Just being very hopeful for the future and not worrying about certain things anymore. I think that's probably the biggest thing. My anxiety and my energy has just been a lot more stable throughout the day as I continue to eat this way. Also, I've noticed significant body recomposition as well. So when I say body recomposition, yes, that includes weight loss too, but weight loss isn't the primary objective with a diet like this. It all comes down to how you feel hormonally, how healthy you are metabolically. That's stuff that matters the most. And I think how you look aesthetically, or how much you weigh, comes in way down the line. We should be prioritizing how we feel, and how healthy our markers are and our blood is and how we feel. So yeah, I've noticed that I've got a lot less fat as part of my body composition. I've also maintained lean muscle mass as well. I've also found that it's really easy to put on extra muscle mass as well. My hormones are great. My sleep has improved drastically. My energy levels have improved drastically. I can now allocate more time to work and to stuff that actually matters in my life doing that kind of stuff. Because before I didn't really have the drive and the energy to do so because of all this poison that is in the foods that we eat today. It's it's very it's not a really nice thing, to be honest. Another part of my story is that I was on medications, prescribed medications for a while. I had juvenile myoclonic epilepsy, and I had that since year 11 in high school, and I was on 2 pills a day for that. In late 2023, I developed pericarditis, which is the inflammation of the pericardium, the pericardial layer that surrounds the heart. It's the middle layer, and it contains like a serous-like fluid, which allows for fluid like contraction and expansion of the heart when pumping blood. And it basically felt like, just very intense, sharp chest pains. I thought I was having like mini heart attacks, kind of thing. Um, Went to the doctors. They sorted me out, and I was put on non-steroidal anti-inflammatories for a period of time. And I found that those things didn't really help me. It was just a temporary band-aid, except for treating what the root cause was, which I think one of the biggest issues in the health industry today is that we overlook the root cause of all of our the majority of the diseases that we treat today. We overlook the root cause and we just say, oh yeah, this is a symptom, let's just treat the symptoms. We need to be treating the root causes. So, and I truly believe that this diet is the way to do that. I As I was saying, I was on those medications, and I after about a year on it, I've managed to fully come off those medications. So now I'm fully free of medications, and I'm also feeling a lot cleaner, a lot more healthier than I've ever felt in my life. Like it's amazing what resetting. It's almost like a hard reset that your body goes through when you put yourself through when you just align with eating what we're supposed to be eating biologically. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. Um, some challenges that you can expect if you were to try out this way of living. It's not easy. It requires a lot of discipline, but I think that with this you gain a lot more self confidence, and you also gain the ability to you know socialize while standing out and being different from other people, because there's not a lot of people that are doing this diet. But I truly think it's a great way of living. I encourage you to try it. So the challenges would be, obviously, eating out. It's very hard if you're being social to go out to a restaurant and order something that aligns with the carnivore diet. And for this, I'd say you'd have to, more often than not, I've had to take L's on this in this certain type of line. Like, I'd have to go out to restaurants, and I'd have to have something that wasn't truly 100% carnivore. It was maybe like 95%. Maybe it was like a piece of chicken with some marinade on it, and some pepper and whatnot. So you kind of have to take the L with that. But as long as it's not a regular occurrence, you shouldn't be too worried about anything like that. I think when it comes to stuff like that, it's the consistency matters more than being perfect 100% of the time. So instead of focusing on saying, "Oh yeah, I have to go all out, just be strict carnivore," if you just if you're carnivore maybe 95% of the time, and the one or two times, say 1 or 2 times a month, you decide to go out for a nice meal with your loved one or something like that, or the people you care about, and you cheat a little bit, then that's okay. Like it's not the end of the world. You you coming off that that carnivore, like adaptation, and putting those foreign things in your body, you're still going to be ahead of 95, 99% of people who just stuff their faces with carbohydrates and seed oils all with every meal. So don't sacrifice perfection, consistency for perfection. Also, another challenge there, I think it was the biggest part, and I think it's this can be said for anything that you do try. It's that getting started is probably the hardest part. So some recommendations I'd have is to, instead of going straight full carnivore, what I'd recommend is, this is how I did it. I went almost keto first. I did a really keto type diet with fatty fish, avocados, some leafy greens here and there, very low carb, low starch kind of vegetables, and predominantly eggs and meat as well. And as I was getting fat adapted, I was hit with the keto flu, which is basically a phenomenon of when your body is still trying to get used to running on ketones instead of running on carbohydrates and sugars. Yes, we do need sugars to run, but our body does make its own sugar through ketones through a process called gluconeogenesis. So we don't need to be consuming exogenous amounts of carbohydrates, as it is unnecessary. So that I was suffering from cramps as well. First few weeks in, to that, it's just it's electrolyte imbalance. It's your body getting used to holding electrolytes, your kidneys adjusting, all that kind of stuff. Because when you switch from a typical modern diet to something more primal like this, you will find that, well, you lose a lot of water weight, and with that water weight also comes a lot of electrolytes, which can lead to cramps and whatnot. So um, for that, I recommend just top up on salt, top up on water as well. Those are your two best friends when adjusting, and you want to make sure that you keep on top of those kind of things, so to make the transition as seamless as possible. I've got to start a grocery list here for those people who are willing to try the diets as well. So basically, it can be pretty expensive to eat carnivore, but some budget, meats that I've found that work really well for me are lamb shoulder chops. So with lamb shoulder chops, they're relatively cheap, but their fat to protein ratio is perfect. It's awesome. It's almost like I'd say it's like a ribeye, but like the lamb. But it's like lamb, and it's a lot cheaper. You're going to be getting a lot of fat. You're going to be getting a lot of protein, a lot of omega 3s, all the essential nutrients that you need to run. So lamb shoulder chops, and also another thing too, if if you can't really afford very expensive cuts of beef like ribeye, like ribeye or sirloin, what I recommend is just getting some ground beef made with some eggs as well. Mix them together, with some salt or even some butter if you want a little bit of texture. That comes out really nice. Ground beef and eggs are a very good carnivore combo. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully, this was like a quick, introduction to what the carnivore diet is. If you guys have any more questions you'd like me to clarify, please leave it in the comments below. Um, yeah, I'd love to to do more content on this and really spread the message. So yeah, I appreciate you guys dropping in today. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.